nobody will mind if I just start off the video by being on Southwold Pier. Do you know what? This is the first time that I've actually been able to come onto the pier, because every time I seem to come here, it's always actually shut. So I'm starting off this evening's walk live on Southwold Pier. And as always in Southwold, the connection can be a little bit iffy. If you're watching this back on replay, this is a live stream, okay? So if the picture goes fuzzy, that is why. So we're going to do our walk around Southwold. The last time I was here was actually in April, and it was spring, and a lot of people have messaged me asking me to come back to Southwold, which is in Suffolk. And please come back on a lovely sunny evening and maybe go for a walk along the pier, walk up towards the Lighthouse, and if there's time, to grab an Adnams, which I've actually never done before, so I might actually do that. It'd be quite nice. But it is extremely quiet here in Southwold. Bearing in mind it is July. All right, the kids haven't broken up yet, but it is July, and as you can see behind me, there's not a soul on the pier, apart from me. So anyway, let's take you for a walk on the pier. At times, like I say, it might get a little bit patchy with the signal, because I know that the big frontage bit of the front of the building, sometimes blocks out the signal. So I'm just going to get my backside. Oh, there are some people on the pier actually. I should get up really, sitting down. Behind me though, you can see the beautiful Southwold Lighthouse. And as I said, you know, we're going to be here at sunset, so hopefully we'll be able to see the sun go down and see the lighthouse come on. But this is the view that I'm looking at. There is the sunset, and there is the beautiful view over the North Sea. We're going to take a walk up the pier in just a moment. Before we do that, of course, if you're watching this on replay, you might not understand what I'm doing, but I'm just going to say hello to a few people that are in the chat. So can we say hello to Muppy Puppy? Blimey, we just left Southwold. John's here. Hello to Melissa. Hello to Jack. Hello to Lisa. Hello Tom's Vlogs. Suzanne is here. Good evening, Michael. Hello to Nigel. Sarah. Nigel's in the chat as well. Good evening to Julie. Belvedere. Suzanne. Foxy B. Neil. Hello to Michael as well. Andrew. Lydia. Gerald. Judith. Belvedere. John Webster's here. Good evening, Billy. Mags. Debs. Andy. Brian. Carol. Lisa. Simon. Stuart. Tina. Andy. David. Sarah. Suzanne. And Debs. And I will go on, and obviously if I miss anyone out, I will try to go through it. Thank you, Gabby, for giving me that £5 super chat. Gabby, you're going to go in the draw to get a walk with me mug. As always, everyone that gives a super chat will go in the draw to win a walk with me mug. So I've always gone on about Southwold Pier. It is the most unique pier in the country, and that is because of the Under the Pier show, which this is actually, well, the one at the front is actually motored by solar power. This one's got a little motor on it, but isn't that cool? I believe it is actually, it's open. It is. Now let's hope the signal stays pretty good as we go in here, because this, and we've got it all to ourselves. This is the unique part of Southwold Pier. All these quirky little weird things. Okay, so for example, you've got stuff like the micro break, the fast effective holiday. Quetta's on there. And I haven't got any money actually, because I didn't think this would be open. But basically, you stick it in a pound. You sit in total relaxation. It lasts for about 3 minutes. And what you get is basically a little bit of a review of the perfect holiday, and it is quite funny. And you sit on this armchair, which I'm sure has seen better days, but it's got speakers in it and stuff like that. Or maybe you could actually walk your dog on this thing. How weird is this? Again, I'm so gutted I didn't bring any money with me. I really didn't think this was going to be open. It's blooming typical. So basically what you do is you put your pound coin in, right? You hold on to this, and you basically walk your dog. And that is it. How quirky and how strange is that? But if that doesn't take your fancy, how about a quick fit? The complete effortless workout, acrobatics workout, apparently. That looks interesting. And basically, when you sit down on there, you look up and you see a TV screen. Shall I try it out for comfort? Here we go. This is so random, and I'm so thankful that nobody else is in here. So you sit here like this, you put your arms on here, and then, oh, I can't, hang on, I need to move it around. And then you relax with whatever's shown on here, and also it massages you, apparently. There's also a fan up here, which is quite good. Get a beach body in 3 minutes. Amazing. Nigel, thanks very much for your £4.99 super chat. I'm stuck at home due to a track and trace till next week. I'll miss my trip to Skegness. Oh no, have an ice cream on me. Thank you very much, Nigel. Appreciate that. So what else is in here? Ooh, look at this. The Booth of Truth. This is actually really eerie in here. Look at that. So I guess you sit in here and I don't know what happens, but there's something for your hand. Do I put my hand in there? I'm scared to do it. Ah! Oh, that's weird. There's just like weird ball things in there. They look like Maltesers, actually. So there you go. That is the Booth of Truth. People love this, you know. On a busy day, you will see a lot of people in here. Most notably, of course, is this thing, which looks actually quite scary. But it's called the Bathscape. And I don't really know what actually happens inside of there. No, I can't see anything. Oh, apparently you like diving. So you sit in here. Let's get in there. Can you hear this? You basically can dive under the North Sea. So you hit that. Obviously, I haven't got any money in here. No doubt this would spin around and you would go underneath the North Sea. Interesting, right? But you can hear the sea as well, which is quite nice. Very, very atmospheric indeed. What else have we got in here? The Doctor will see you now. This is quite good as well, if you've actually ever seen this before. Your mobility masterclass. All that up there that you see, like cars driving, is basically up here, and you've got to dodge the cars in your mobility. Well, it's not a scooter, is it? It's a walking aid. A bird's eye view of the human race. What's this?
Oh, you must be interested in wildlife. Us seagulls, we can tell you all about the human beings. Just put Pound in a slot and we'll tell you all their secrets. They're really wild.
Okay, that's weird. So you can see all about the human beings from a seagull's perspective. And what's really funny about that is if you think about it, a seagull's perspective of what human beings are like, well, they like to eat chips. Test your nerves. So what you've got to do with this, I assume, is put your hands in here and it will probably make noise. Yeah, this one's quite good though. How much can you eat before the fly sweeps you? No idea what that is, but look at that, it's freaking me out. Sad fly. You've got a photo booth, which is, you can see people's photos. That's really weird. It's almost like the old-fashioned photo booths. Do you remember that? And finally, you've got Krankenstein. Turn the handle to generate a life force and revive the beast. Obviously, there's no money in this, but you crank it and then obviously the eyes open up. But there you go. If you've ever wanted to see what this is like in here, I've talked about this loads of times, and now you can see what it's like here in Southwold Pier. And normally on a busy day, this is so packed you can never get in here, but there you go, had it all to ourselves this evening. So let me know, update us with the signal as well as we head on to the end of the pier. Could be a little bit breezy up here as well. Nigel, you talk about the app isolating. Does that mean you come into contact with someone else who's had COVID? Is that why? Andy, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. You're going to draw tonight for the Pram or Shandy Fund. It'd be wrong, wouldn't it, if I had a Shandy, Adnams Shandy. You've got to have the whole thing. Now, it might be a little bit breezy up here, as I said, so just bear with. But hang on, I'm going to put a muff on this. 1 second. So this is the famous Southwold water clock. Hello Ross, good evening Joe. Is that the exact time? I'm not quite sure because but as you can see, look, the water comes through the people in the bath. It runs down and runs down and runs down and basically operates the clock. It was made back in 1998. Andrew, thanks very much for your £2 super sticker. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're good. Southwold Pier is very unique, actually. I would go underneath it, but I can't do it on a live. The view you've got here, you can probably see in the distance, maybe Pakefield and Southwold, Kessingland. Just having a look back. There's Southwold Lighthouse. Ian, thank you so much, buddy, for your £5 super chat. Much appreciated. Tim, there used to be lots of old amusements there at the bottom of Southport Pier. Not sure if you've been. I've been into Southport Pier, actually. Crispy's here. Good evening, Crispy. 300 people watching right now. Remember to please give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out loads. As always, keep us updated with the signal. Foxy B, where are you? Linda, thanks very much for your £2 super sticker. This is going to be very windy up here. So this is the very end of Southwold Pier. What is on the very end of Southwold Pier, I ask? Well, you've got a little photo op. And this very odd contraption. Absolutely everything you possibly want to view through a pier telescope. Look at this. Lee, thanks very much for your £2 super chat. Evening Tim's signal is good. Doesn't this look weird? Once again, this is a quid. Quantum tunneling telescope. Does anybody really know what this is all about? What they actually see? I'm sure you just see something that's a little bit fake, maybe. Good evening, John. Signal was good from John in Peterborough. Hello, Melissa. Thank you very much for joining us. Here we are in Southwold. If you have just joined the live stream tonight at sunset, we're currently on Southwold Pier, and we're going to walk through the town, walk past the lighthouse, and down towards the harbour a little bit as well. Very breezy this evening here in Southwold. It's been very breezy actually every time I've been here, but this is the first time I've actually been on Southwold Pier on a live. Ross says it reached 31 degrees today in London. I bet it was unbearable. Okay, what I'm going to do, slightly embarrassing, I'm going to put the camera up like that. Which face actually looks better? This one. God, these are tight. Or this one. I can barely get my head through. No jokes, please. This one. be this one. I don't know. Totally embarrassing that I'd done that. Almost got my head stuck. Jason, after your live the other night in Great Yarmouth, I watched the one in the snow and the beast from the east looked horrific. It certainly was. It was blooming cold. The last one where I'm a parrot. Thanks, John. No screenshots, Crispy. That'd be totally embarrassing. Talking of screenshots, that's a lovely one with the pier and the lighthouse. No, Matt, they haven't. It's just me. So if the signal does get a little bit dodgy, it will definitely be behind the pier. So we'll try to walk quickly. Also, this is not the best view either because of the sun so low in the sky. Can you see all of the beach huts over there, all lined up? As I said, in the winter, they're normally in the car park. That would, Nigel. Foxy B, legend. Daniel says an 11-mile walk under blue skies along the Suffolk Norfolk coast this morning from Lowestoft to Caistor-on-Sea. Wow, you did that walk? Hi team, can you give a big shout out to my Amazon girlfriend who is staying with her mum? Is that supposed to be a joke, Luke? I don't know. So yeah, that was the Under Pier show, as I said. John, thank you very much for your £1.99 super chat. Do go in there if you can, it is a lot of fun. I bet your feet are feeling it, Daniel. Gabby is in the chat tonight, if you want to go and say hello, whilst trying to sort out her dinner and have a bath, no doubt. Right, I'm going to walk quite quickly behind here because this is where the signal might go a little bit dodge. And there's also a big advert here for the BBC, but I'm going to run. I want to trip up at the same time because that would be really awkward. Okay, we got through the other side. We wave goodbye to Southwold Pier. Whenever you see any postcards of Southwold, you always see this kind of shot. Ian's coming to Southwold on Friday. I think the weather's starting to turn, isn't it, on Friday, which will be a bit of a shame. Can you let me know what the signal is like as always? Again, the fish and chip shop is still currently open, but it does look very quiet now. There's not as many people enjoying their lunch, or a dinner, I mean. Signal is good, thank you very much for letting us know. So this area of Southwold, there's a place, there's like a lake there with a cream tea room place, and there's also a cafe over here with a putting green, which is currently closed at the moment. So I hope you've all had a good day. Have you ever considered doing a video from Pleasurewood Hills, Alfie B? Alfie B, I was talking about that to Gabby actually. I was saying I need to do a few more theme parks actually, and obviously talking about theme, you know, Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, all great, but we did mention Pleasurewood Hills. But I have messaged Pleasurewood Hills on numerous occasions to ask if I can come and film, and no one's replied. But I could turn up and say, excuse me, hello, do you mind? I'll pay, obviously, it's not about not paying. Some people in the sea there, look. And this is also, I don't know if it's won a Seaside Award for 2021. That's last year's Seaside Award. But I was saying when I've been to Southwold in the past that it's very much a seasonal town, this, and a lot of people have second homes in Southwold. But obviously people live here too. I'm going to see if I can get... Now the last time I talked about alcohol on the channel, I kind of like got a strike. Well, I didn't get a strike, the video was demonetized because we don't know whether we was talking about the pregnancy or was because we was talking about alcohol. So if I get a beer, it might stop. I don't know. Daniel, that is not a tip because, for example, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I have to get prior permission before filming on the park, which I have done, but I know other YouTubers who haven't. Obviously, I don't know what they physically could do once you filmed it, but I like to play by the rules. Flamingo Land is brilliant, Andrew. Yeah, it is good there. 128 thumbs up. Don't forget as well, a little bit of a live fest because I've been on lockdown. I will be live on Wednesday evening. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be in Margate or it's going to be in Hastings. It all depends how good the signal is when I get there. But hopefully tonight we'll see the Lighthouse going. For example, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I was allowed to go and film on, but I had to send them my details to my YouTube channel. I had to ask loads of questions, and they wanted to know lots of information about what I was planning to film, and they told me what rides I could and could not film on. For example, you might see some POVs of some roller coasters from the Pleasure Beach, but they've got this kind of agreement with this other YouTube channel that does all of their videos, so that's probably why. Mackie, E-up, a strike, talking about alcohol. I don't know about that. YouTube seems to make rules up as they go along. Sometimes I think they do. As long as your camera is strapped to your chest like a GoPro. Alpha, yeah, but you still have to get permission because some rides do not allow it. Even with all those safety measurements, they do not like it. But that doesn't surprise me about Pleasurewood Hills. Cassie, not sure what you mean there. We're doing a live, that's why. Thanks, David, for your flip-flop fund. I appreciate that. Hope everyone's had a cool day. If you want to know what the current temperature is here in Southwold, it's a balmy 21 degrees. It is very cool, which is great because you can probably tell by my face that I got a bit more sunburn today. Iconic shot of Southwold Pier behind me. Just thought I'd mention this actually as well. This bit of path here is called Ladies Walk. Apparently it was first mentioned back in 1738. Wow. Melissa, you're probably right. It's good to see you, Melissa Phillips, anyway, on the live stream. Hello, Danny. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's probably been really hot elsewhere across the country, but this is nature's air conditioning. Unless, of course, you live in Southend, where it's still blooming hot. Judith said it's 27. The best thing about living here on the coast, right, is when you have your windows open like this, you get that refreshing breeze of an evening. Where other people are sweating their bits off in cities and countrysides around the UK. That's why it's so good to live by the coast. So I'm going to swing a right. There's going to be quite a few people sitting out having a drink, I think. Oh, try not to get one over. Just saw a woman with a jumper on. Yeah, well, I consider it as still pretty mild, but some people might call it a little bit chilly, especially if you have come from London or something like that. 30 degrees in Bristol. Yikes. Vernon, thank you very much for your £4.99 super chat. It looks beautiful. Foxy B, thank you very much. I'm feeling cooler watching this. The best thing about it is like I say, some people have got hoodies on because the sea breeze has kicked in a little bit, which tends to happen. It all depends on which way the wind's going, but the sea breeze does seem to kick in. Look how pretty these are. I so want these for my house. Where do you get them from? That's so cool. What's the weather like in Yarmouth for September? I don't know, Gary, I can't see that far ahead, but normally September weather is quite good. Nice walk for a nice evening. Thank you. Is it Brochure? There's a car coming. My favourite pub here in Southwold, Salt Bay. Looks very busy. I think there's a queue. Yes, there is a queue to get in. But it's such a lovely little pub. And the reason why Southwold is famous for its beer. And like I say, most pub in Southwold stocks Adnams. This is not an advert for Adnams, and they haven't sponsored this video, but it is a place to come and get your beer. And also gin. Look at that. This is the famous old brewery of Adnams. So normally we swing a left down there. We're just going to continue going down this way for a moment. Hey, Paul. Michael said, just had a walk along the cliff tops this afternoon. Got a 99 ice cream cone and it cost me £2.50. I think, look at these houses, look at these little cottages down there. They're so quaint. Wouldn't really like a door though on the corner of the road. It's probably not the best, is it? But you'd be surprised how many of these are up for rent. Gemma and Simon, can you have a shout out from sunny Norwich? There's a bit of glare on the camera because of the sun. Good evening, guys. Can you say hello to Ali and Sparky? Paul, just done it. Are they your... Well, I don't want to say... They sound like dog names, but I don't want to say just in case they're not. So yeah, we'll be capturing the sunset. I just realised as well that sunset used to happen... Good one down there. At 9:30, but the time now, obviously, it's getting later on in the month, and July, yeah, the sun's starting to set at 9 o'clock now. Crazy. Keep us updated with the signal. Just walking through the park here in Southwold. It's just so peaceful here. Listen to the birdies. Can I say hello to Mark and Emma? Now, a lot of people miss this if you're into churches. It's a very beautiful church here in Southwold. It almost looks as big as like a cathedral, but it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's kind of blocked by everything else on the seafront, really, but it's a pretty impressive church. I mean, like you say, you wouldn't think you're in Southwold right now. And I have to say, the stained glass windows, well, they're not stained glass, but that is very clean windows. Someone must be cleaning those quite regularly. Can I say happy birthday to Rob? He loves Adnam. What's amazing is now you can get pretty much Adnams anywhere in the country, and indeed abroad, because when I was in Gibraltar, they were selling Adnams there, and I was pleasantly surprised. I wanted to shout out, that's just up for me. But one thing Southwold has a lot of, these little holiday cottages, and a lot of people are in them, no doubt. Debs, thanks very much for your £1 super sticker. Everyone that gives a super chat or a super sticker goes in the draw. I'll pick someone out at random at the end of the stream to win a Walk With Me mug. That looks like a nice house. So this is where Southwold Museum is, and you're probably thinking, well, what's Southwold Museum about? Southwold is actually famous for something called amber, which was discovered on the beaches years ago, and was quite, it wasn't as good as gold or silver or anything like that, but it was actually an attractive commodity. And there is a Southwold amber museum, or an amber shop where you can buy amber as well. Super chat for Smidge Tuna Fund. Thanks, Debs. Smidge will be so happy about that. Happy birthday, Rob. So we just walked up to the far end of the high street now. If you remember when we was here in April, slightly doing a different walk. So when I do return to these locations, I do a different walk each time, so it's not too samey. Now, on a busy day, this shop always has queues going out the door. And it's basically a very big building selling nothing but Adnams, and also Adnams like cups, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff, if you're a fan. Amber can be very expensive if it has an insect in it. Yeah, especially like a dinosaur, mosquito. Jurassic Park. Is that where the 7 dwarfs live? So that is Southwold High Street. We're going to have a walk up there in just a sec. Just want to show you this. These, I don't know, this is not just in Southwold, but they've appeared everywhere on post boxes. And you probably think if you had that anywhere else in the country, somebody would nick it. But no, here in Southwold, they have some class. And why would you want to nick that? It's a priority post box anyway. I mean, like, oh, you quite easily could take that off there, but thankfully no one will. Don't know what his name is though. Sean, you said horrible greasy chips. Southwold apparently has some of the best fish and chip shops in the UK, as voted on a recent Which survey. I know, I was shocked at that as well. They're very expensive here in Southwold. I'm going to get one over. Just Mike. In Norwich, that would last a day. So there is some boutique shops here in Southwold actually to enjoy, if you like that kind of thing. Where is everybody? Tired to book a cottage for this week and there's nowhere available. Peter, it's probably because the sea breeze has kicked up and it's early evening and people probably having some food, or they're actually having a drink outside a pub. Oh, okay, Sean. Ross is back in Great Yarmouth this week. Such wonderful places you go, Tim. We don't have these kind of places in America. What time is it over in the States now? Is it morning where you are? I think it is, isn't it, Melissa? I think on you're West Coast, aren't you? I will say about this shop, always looks really good. These little windmills on it. Michael Palin used to have a property here, apparently, did he? Seagulls are extremely loud tonight. Oh, there's some nice smells coming from this place. What is it? Waffles. Oh, yeah. But I mean, Southwold's got a lot of history to it. There's been the playwrights that have been here before and that kind of stuff. Very popular hotel, the Crown. You can see everyone's inside actually eating food. And they're all staring at me going, what are you doing? It's very busy in the Crown tonight. You can see all people sat in there. That's where everybody is. I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that Rowan Atkinson has a place here in Southwold. There probably is a few famous people that do. I don't actually know which famous people, but there are some famous actors that have either got a place in Southwold or have been here regularly Tiger, good evening. How are you? Robin is here from Brazil. That's the really cute little town hall, look, which also tells you the tides. So obviously right now, 6:30, we're still kind of in high tide. That was the amber shop I was talking about. But you can see back in the day, that area here was like a smoking room, no doubt. Jay's channel, thanks very much for your sun cream and baby fund. So this is one of my favourite fish and chip shops here in Southwold. It's called the Little Fish and Chip Shop, and it's so classy. As you can see, it's a bit of a queue out here. They serve lobster, carver with your chips, which is certainly amazing. Only in Southwold could you get a carver or champagne with your fish and chips. So how somebody said they're too greasy, I'll never know. That wasn't for me. Yeah, I think me and Gabby got some chips there. They are really good. There's a lot of cars coming down here. Somebody said it wasn't busy. Tiga, okay, I've been watching your vids for the past week now. I found your channel, been to Great Yarmouth so many times, loved it. Don't forget, obviously, not just videos on Great Yarmouth, of course, I do all the Great British coastline. Coming up this week, I will be live on the south coast, so hopefully you'll have to join me on Wednesday evening for that. Again, everywhere I want to go and try an Adnams beer, it's like really busy, and there's no tables to sit outside. This is quite a nice popular pub here. It's called the Lord Nelson, and it's got those old-fashioned tiny little windows, which is so cool. It's open till 11 o'clock, so maybe I could come back on the way and have a drink. But obviously Freedom Day, although I have to say, it might be Freedom Day, but people are still kind of wearing masks and doing the social distancing thing, which is good. I'll come back there. Billy, will I do any coast walks in Scotland? Eventually. You can see basically where everyone is queuing at the moment. It's for fish and chips or it's for beer. So this is the big thing from America now that's taken over the UK. Is it churros? Is that how you pronounce it? This is a nice cake shop. Oh my god. They sell cakes here as well. Salted caramel cake, chocolate, lemon. Oh, I do. Have I got my card on me? I do have my card on me actually. I could get some chocolates, some ice cream. Yeah, definitely worth a visit when you come into Southwold actually. Nice little place. I trip over, totally embarrassed myself then. Get amazing gelato ice cream. Now every time I've been with Gabby, this place has never been open to get a coffee or a drink. Oh, they've changed it now again, I think. No, they still do coffee. It's not open right now. That's what Southwold is all about. Classy people with classy cars. Treat Gabby. I could do. She does deserve a little bit of cake right now. Because obviously being pregnant, she deserves a little bit of a cake. So we're just behind the Red Lion in Southwold. As we flick... Oh, we can't see the lighthouse. I thought we could. Now, I bet you this will be very busy here on the left with people, no doubt. I was just literally up there, but I've just walked down there just to see how busy that pub was. But fairly busy. There's some tables free. like I say, I might treat myself to one in a moment before the sunset, because I know I might miss a sunset if I go and get myself an Adnams, but it's got to be done whilst you're here in Southwold. Agree, Kevin. Deb's come to the Scottish West Coast, Tim. Lovely views over the islands. And obviously in Scotland, in the Western Isles, is that right? You've got probably one of the best beaches in the UK, which is like white sand, isn't it? Jamie, good evening. Just found this channel, looking for Brighton. Live video to bring memories back. I went there 2012 for 6 months and I love every single second. Jamie, welcome. Hope you've hit that subscribe button as well, so you know when I upload new videos from the Great British Seaside, places abroad, and also town walks as well. Think of it as, somebody said to me the other day, your videos are a bit like the old-fashioned Judith Chalmers Wish You Were Here. It's not the necessarily vibe I was going for, but that's the kind of way I edit them. There's another post box with a weird thing on it. It's just like a bumblebee. Oh, it's like a hive, right? Southwold is looking good this evening. It certainly is. How do you highlight a person's name? Andrew, all you do is you put the @ and then you type in the first couple of letters, and then it should come up with a choice of those people that you're trying to do, and that way you can then, that will pop up and then it shows it's red on their screen. This is the thing to do in Southwold. Just chilling out on the lawn, watching the sun go down. So we'll leave Southwold town centre behind just for a moment. And I'll tell you what, actually, where there are fish and chips up here, they do some beer up there. So I could easily get a beer up there, if they're open though, of course. Keep us updated with the signal as always. Robert, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. Did a walk along the Littles River in Thetford Forest this afternoon. Ah, thank you very much. Of course, everyone that is very kind and donates tonight, as always, I'll put you in the draw to win a Walk With Me mug. Signal is good in Mexico. Foxy B, thanks for the update. It's going to be a little bit windy up here. You might remember, actually, there's a video on my channel where I did Southwold in the snow, and I stood in that corner, and there was an epic snowdrift in that corner. It was amazing. Feels like you're there, Billy and Little's Adventures. That's the idea of the videos. I know that we're out of lockdown, but as you know, sometimes you can't be on holiday the whole time, and you can't always come to these places, so I try to bring them to you. It's hot on the Southwold coast. Jay's channel, just been walking on Fleetwood Beach. I bet that's lovely. I bet you got an amazing sunset tonight as well. The Suffolk coast is breathtaking. It is. And there's a dome up there, which you probably can see in the distance, which is Sizewell Power Station. Southwold is lovely, but then it's dwarfed by a big power station. If that went off, blimey. Cara, am I getting sozzled tonight? I can't do that in Southwold. I mean, blimey. It's a bit more civilised here in Southwold. You can't get sozzled. You can have a drink of gin, maybe. This used to be a local radio station in there for a good 20 years or so. A friend I used to work with started off in there. I don't know what it is now, but it used to be an important lookout here on Gun Hill in Southwold, looking out over the North Sea for invaders. So yeah, if anyone knows much about Margate or Hastings, feel free to drop in the comments. any tips for any places to go. I am going to check out one place in Margate which is absolutely fascinating, and that is something that was uncovered accidentally by some builders, and they discovered this labyrinth of tunnels, and it's all built, well, not built, but the rooms are lined with shells, and nobody understands why it was there. So I'm looking forward to going to check that out. Hello Sandra, good evening. Wonder if the beach kiosk is still open. Keep us updated with the signal, and please give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out enormously. 409 people watching, so let's get to 300 thumbs up. The kiosk looks like, is it still open? Foxy B, you are always so great at updating us how good the signal is, or if it isn't. Oh, it's shut now. It's quite nice though. There's benches on the beach. You can see me from my back garden in Southwold. Hi Tim, hope you and Gabby are well, enjoying the walk on this lovely evening. David and Diana in Cambridge. Hello from Cambridge. Paul, good evening. Thank you so much for your £5 super sticker, Paul. So as we look over the harbour, where we're going to have a walk down here and show you another place to go for epic fish and chips, and I bet you it will be absolutely heaving. Where should we walk? This way, shall we? Oh, you're in Raiden, the other side of Southwold. Look at that, the sun is setting fast tonight, it really is. That's that big ball thing in the sky, which we have been very lucky to have recently. We've had a lot of it, so we can't moan. So these houses on the right, I think every single one of these, apart from that one, which looks like a Hansel and Gretel house, are all for hire. But you would never get any of these available from now until September, because I bet you they are all booked up. Crispy, hope you've had a good day. Thanks for joining us on the stream. Thanks for these live walks, really enjoyed them. I feel like we've been away. Thanks, Paul. I had a really nice message from a lady called Jennifer who said she has mobility problems and she feels like she's, well, in her words, travelled the world with me. I mean, I've only, apart from the UK, I took you to Gibraltar and Greece, but that means a lot. They probably do cost a small fortune. Let's go and have a look at a few of these. Obviously they get the sunset at night, which is really nice. I hope the signal stays good down here. Should do. David. You've changed your name, David. David NM. Thanks very much for your £3 super sticker. Thank you for the support, David, as always. If you're brand new as well, tell me in the comments. Come say hello. I know that a lot of people like watching and they don't like to comment, or they're not actually signed in, so they probably can't comment. See, look, just goes to show these are for rent. Just being nosy now. Look at the view you get over the countryside at sunset. Don't think anyone's in here at the moment, so I can have a nose. But that'd be nice. Cup of tea, sitting out, watching the sunset. Very nice. Great ice cream in Southwold. We just went to a place actually where you can get really great gelato. Why would you paint that black? Though it kind of looks nice. This house always amazes me because it's so narrow. Look at it. How narrow it is. I mean, literally, that must be for rent as well. one up, one down. It's like a scene from a movie in America. Do you know that film Twister? I'm sure I've seen something like that. That's seen better days. See, it only takes someone to decide to buy that. But this is a very interesting house. It's almost like it was two chalets built into one, possibly. That's my favourite house along here, actually. So we're walking down towards Southwold Harbour, which you can get some great shots of the sunset, and also one of the best places to get fish and chips. Now, it depends on who you ask where you can get the best fish and chips in the UK, but my preference is always down here in Southwold. You can get some really nice, and also not many places serve lobster battered, but they do here. That does look creepy, doesn't it? Hey Scully. Michael was sitting in the back, beer in hand, watching the sunset, my kind of thing. Someone's got a barbecue on the go. A lot of these houses have got that American style to them. See, look at that. It's amazing how you can just fit a tiny little balcony on that tiny little house. Really nice. Especially that one. Like a massive tree in front of it. So I know that this particular pub's been closed throughout the pandemic. Is it open now? It is. There's people inside. It's called the Sail Loft. We need to clean some of the tables away though. That sun does seem to be setting fast tonight. 225 thumbs up. Costs you nothing to give the video a thumbs up, and I really would appreciate it. As always, it helps push it out to more of my subscribers. The moon is out. Who was it who had there's these videos going around, I don't know if they're real or not, where they it's like I don't know which particular type of brand of camera, where they can zoom into the moon and see the detailing of the moon. It's amazing. I had lobster and chips in the harbour last month. Renata, do you know what? I think I should come down here and do a separate video of what battered lobster and chips is like when I've got a bit more cash. Because I bet you it isn't cheap. We'll check the price though. Andrew, new to the channel, really enjoying these walks. Thanks, Tim. Thank you, Andrew. Don't forget, check out all my other videos if you haven't seen them already. We try to do a live once a week. On the odd occasion, like this week, I'll do a few because I've been in lockdown. That was a nice Porsche. Back in the day when boating lakes were a thing, randomly, this is here. But still here, overgrown with knotweed, it looks like, not really used for anything. There used to be something along here where you can see the old photos of what this was like back in the day. There used to be a lot of people that come here and did their little boats. Does lobster taste like prawns? Do you know what? It kind of, people that love lobster and that are delicacies of lobster, they would probably say, of course it doesn't. But I would have to say, if you've never eaten lobster before, it tastes fishy, but it also tastes very sweet. So it's kind of a weird taste to get used to, because it's like, I'm eating fish, but it's also incredibly sweet. But at the same time, it is very nice. Just try a bit of lobster tail to start off with, because that's a little bit cheaper rather than going for the whole thing. And I tell you what, if you go to one of these posh restaurants where they do lobster and you have to crack it all, I'll tell you, I did that once, spent a small fortune on this lobster. And they gave me these things, you know, to crack the lobster up with. And honestly, I must have wasted my money because I couldn't do it. Look at the sunset now. Hopefully it'll be a clean sunset, no cloud in the sky. That is what we like. Keep us updated with the signal, because at the moment I'm walking in the middle of nowhere, walking down to the harbour here in Southwold. Paul, that means a lot, and I hope it does help you Tim, you take us around the world. Hey? Well, ish. Especially for you, Melissa, being over in the States. Thank you, Donna Kebab. What a great name. I used to have a friend called Donna, and we used to call her Donna Kebab. I'm sure she didn't appreciate that. Oh, of course, Emma. Mackie, thank you. I wish I had the opportunity to have tried lobster. Shark is nice. I bet shark is chewy. Very busy campsite. When I've come down here, obviously it's always been in the winter, so this is very busy indeed. Look, Southwold Surf School there. You can rent a bike for 20 quid. How much? Somebody said to me, how come all your videos are in the sunshine? How do you do it? And the answer is, I basically look at the forecast and go out when the sun... I mean, the thing is, if I went to some of these locations and tried to do the videos that I do, and the weather's rubbish, it wouldn't have the same effect. The question is, would people still watch it? I mean, maybe I'm slightly paranoid the fact that they wouldn't. I don't know. Stephen, I don't... Well, yes, they do have one, actually. At the waterways. Ian, thanks for the update. The signal's been good all evening. Shark is nice. Graham, shark's nice, but it's tough on your jaws. Give that man a round of applause. Lewis, no worries. Good evening. Chroma crabs are the best. Chroma crabs are lovely. I tell you what, best thing for a chroma crab, right? Get one so they do it for you. Take it home, put a little bit of lemon on it, then put some cheese on it, put it under the grill, and I tell you, absolutely amazing. Crispy, the temperature here in Southwold is a very cool 20 degrees right now. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it drops to 19 in a little minute. I've got shorts and t-shirts on and I'm starting to feel the chill. There is a caravan park in Southwold, it's up here. I know, all the way up here. So what we're going to do is going to walk out the furthest point that you can in Southwold. Just by these lovely little American house on a prairie. It is Freedom Day, but I was saying this to Gabby earlier. It might be Freedom Day, but to be honest, it doesn't really feel any different. We walked into a shopping centre to get a Costa coffee, and everyone was still wearing masks, and they were still doing the social distancing, so which is good. I think more people are talking about that you can go and spend more time with more people. Nightclubs are open from midnight, apparently. That is a nice house. This is a caravan park in Southwold. It's very nice, quaint. Linda, I feel your pain. I've got a family that live around the Midlands as well, and they're already like saying their house is like 28 degrees, the windows are open, they've got no coolness at all, but you can just see how the breeze is kicking up with that flag just there, and that wind's coming right off the sea. The sea temperature at this time of year is 18 degrees, so as you can expect, it's going to be nice and cool. Just Mike, I paid £4 for a crab. Where did you pay that? Oh, don't tell me we can't walk onto the... got to go round. Wow, Foxy B, I don't miss that. I grew up living in the countryside. Nature's air conditioning the sea, I tell you. You appreciate it. You can get in a duvet in the summer and still be nice and cozy, which is weird to say, but it's nice. Nice cool breeze in Norwich now. You've got that from the sea. Lee W, your walk along Great Yarmouth Saturday night. I was in the Jupiter, was that? Curry House. It was a fantastic, lovely place in Great Yarmouth. You can see Southwold Lighthouse there, just going. they're actually doing here. I don't know if there's anything to do with sea defences or just patching up the harbour, because I know that the harbour here is in desperate need of a little bit of repair. I think it's probably what they're doing. I could be wrong. What has been my favourite beach, Curtis? My favourite beach, undoubtedly, well, there's so many, but sea pooling in Norfolk. There's bays there, it's really nice. Second only to Bournemouth, I think, or Sandbanks. Neil, thanks for letting us know how good the signal is. Obviously, if you're watching this on replay, it's a live stream, it's not edited. Just double checking really that you do enjoy the lives. Obviously sometimes I ease back off them because I don't want to do like an overkill, but especially during the summer months, it's nice to get these lives because you get some amazing sunsets, and you can do it with editing of course, but there's nothing better than to watch it actually live. I know some people say, oh, a bit boring, but if you like this kind of thing, you like it. If you don't have to watch, it's fine. Look at that. It's gone very calm up here. So this is the entrance to Southwold Harbour, and you can just see there Warberswick, which also is a really nice beach. There's people sitting on the beach over there. Now, I don't know whether that boat's running, but there's normally a little boat that goes from here across. So you could then discover the rest of the Suffolk coast. It's going to be a little bit windy. We're going to go right out as always onto the point. Reminds me of Jaws actually. Do you know when Jaws goes into the pond and it comes like, well obviously it doesn't come through here, but somewhere like this. Oh, of course. I mean, obviously I haven't been down to Cornwall. I went to Devon a few years ago. Obviously I'm trying to fit it all in and I've only got limited time. But yeah, of course, undoubtedly Cornwall and Devon has some amazing beaches, just like the Western Isles of Scotland. But Southwold Beach, you know, it is really nice, especially this part. If you come all the way up here, you've got some beautiful white golden sand. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's more white than golden, I would say. We don't have the sunset over the sea, but we do get the sunset facing west, obviously. Let's get to 300 thumbs up for Southwold. Wow, I look really long. Look at my legs. Look at that. The things you watch. Oh dear. Nigel, can't imagine life without your lives. That actually means a lot, Nigel. Yeah, look at the beach here, look. Beautiful. I love that when there's like no stones on the beach, or hardly any. And then you've just got that beautiful soft sand, so it's quite easy to get in the water. Current temperatures dropped to 19 degrees, people. That's chilly. It's July. It still feels warm actually, and I'll tell you what, you can actually feel like you can when you go abroad. You can feel the warmth coming in off the water, because obviously this time of year the North Sea does warm up, and it warms up to around about possibly 18-19 degrees. Obviously not out there, but here inland, not inland, close to the beach, it does. Let's have a quick zoom in. You can see the Southwold Lighthouse, maybe. We'll see it flash in a second. You're gonna flash? There you go, look at that. You can see where we started the live on the pier, all the way over there. Oh my God, Paul. Do you know what? I was watching a YouTube video on that, on Martha's Vineyard, where Jaws was filmed. They've had so much erosion there. Some parts of it don't look the same, but yeah, I would definitely love to do that. Thumbs up for the sunset. Am I going to have a paddle? I haven't got the right shoes on for a paddle. to be honest, but I know that it's warm enough to go in the sea. It's 27 in working. It's not 27 degrees here. These seagulls will be able to sleep without being too hot. But you know, as soon as the sea breeze drops, then it's amazing how the temperature changes as well. It's 26. What's the temperature where you are right now? Have you had that all day? Apparently we're going to have it until probably Wednesday or Thursday, or we might get a few thundery showers. But come on, we like a good thunderstorm. Julie, can you do a walk around Dover? I'll be right next door to Dover on Wednesday, when I'll be, like I say, what would you rather see? Hastings, or would you rather see Margate out of the two? Whilst I'm down there for a live on Wednesday, let me know in the comments. Because I'm going to be staying in Hastings, but I know that Margate's about a 2-hour drive. Stephen, thanks very much for your £2 super chat. Southwold, shout out to Debbie and James. 1 Margate, a couple of Hastings. Wow, you really want Hastings more than Margate? So tell me, other than the Battle of Hastings, what Hastings is famous for? Does anybody else know? And I know it sounds really stupid, but when I went to school and I heard about the Battle of Hastings, I didn't even know it was on the coast, because they didn't really explain it. They just talked about that battle in that field. Lydia, caves. Are you talking about in Hastings doesn't have cave, it's definitely Margate. You might meet Delboy. I'm actually waiting to do a live in Dubai when I can afford it. A live in Dubai would be amazing. I can't do both because they're 2 hours apart. The signal just went then briefly. I don't know why that happened. Signal's been good up to now. So I'm going to see if this fish and chip shop is open before we make our way back, and hopefully if the crowds have died down, I will try an Adnams. But I bet I get demonetized for it because I'm having a beer live. Not that I'm trying to. Maybe I should have a half, or maybe a shandy. YouTube, I'm having a shandy. It's okay. Oh no, this has done that really annoying thing where it's connected me and then disconnected me, and then I can't see the chat as live as I could. Ugh. Yeah, the YouTube app needs sorting out, because every time it disconnects me, I have a problem with the live. So now I'm not going to be as quick on the live chat. Hastings is also famous for car insurance. Get a pint from the Harbour Inn. Kevin, thanks very much for your £2 super chat. Everyone that's given a very kind super chat or a super sticker tonight, I'll pick someone out completely at random. I'll scan through them all and I'll stop, and whoever I pick will win a walk with me mug. So this is an interesting map just to show you where we are in Southwold, if you ever want to come and visit where I just was. We was just up the top there, across the water, of course, Walberswick. You can, like I say, get the ferry, and then all of Southwold is here, including Southwold Pier, where we started. Shout out to the RNLI, doing a top job this summer, as they do every summer. Decimate, thanks very much for your £2 super chat fund. Hope you're having a good night. The scene of a Bronze Age fort. What are you talking about, Hastings? 27 degrees in Bedford at the moment. The Battle of Hastings took... Yes, it wasn't in Hastings. It was just away from Hastings, wasn't it? Up the road. Up the road on the left beyond the chip shop. Blooming YouTube app. Why does it do this? Are you doing the Cliff Railway in Hastings? Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so from what people have said, obviously I am doing a video in Margate, which will be up on the channel very soon, but I'm also thinking of doing a live of an evening, so whether it's Hastings or it's Margate, but by the people, you guys, tonight you want Hastings. Now a lot of people probably don't even think about going on holiday to Hastings, but it's definitely worth it. Very quiet down here. The campsite's there. I believe it's fully booked. Hastings has tunnels near the castle. Can you go in them? Sharp has gaming, Fantasy Island in August with my partner. The kids watched a video about it. Very excited. It's a great little theme park that is. And with that market, your mum and dad will be happy as well. I know I could squeeze it. In fact, you can see it. Bit of a glow tonight. Ian Hambleton, good evening, sir. How are you? I must say, Ian, again, thank you very much for sending Gabby those lovely flowers. I wasn't completely paranoid at all. I was like, what's going on? So will it be open? Because I'm going to walk down here just to see if it is. And they might be able to serve me an Adnams from here. Although I would like to get it from one of those pubs, but I know they're very busy. And obviously I don't want to get in people's faces when they're sitting there having a drink. Dubai sounds lovely. Strict country though. It might lock quarantine. Do you know what? Obviously, Dubai is still on the red list, so I wouldn't even be able to go anyway. But I did send Visit Dubai, the tourist board of Dubai, and I did send them a message saying, hey, wow, you can do the walks in the tunnels and caves, Judy. Amazing. That is a beautiful sunset tonight. That's what we're here for. In fact, let's have a time check. The time for the sunset is due to set at 9 o'clock tonight. Ian, you've got your walk with me mug and it's now coming on holiday with you. I would like to say it's not cheap. It's not a cheap made mug, so it should last. Because you hear about these mugs that you get and then you put hot water in them and then they break. Hopefully not one of mine. Although some people have had the mug appear broken, but obviously I've had to resend them out. That's the blooming post office. Not unfortunately my fault. I keep saying they do really cool speedboat trips here in Southwold if you ever want a bit of an adrenaline rush. It's good, it keeps the tea hot. Lewis, my holiday in Crete was great if you want to check it out. It's on my channel now, my Crete adventure. It's quite special actually because I went and discovered some very unique places. Half of them that I actually stumbled across, the others I researched. You probably can see Lighthouse, the lighthouse just there. I bet this is closed. Are they dredging? They do normally dredge. What's funny about this ferry is how many signs they have. It's quite funny actually. It's like normally you just have like an odd sign. Look how many signs they have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 signs. We've missed the sign unfortunately. But if you want to go across, oh hang on, Gimbal's having a bit of a spaz. When you want to go across, it costs you £2. And that is a single trip. £1 for children. So basically what is over the other side, you might ask? Well, you've got the little village of Walberswick. You've got a nice beach. And that is pretty much it. And obviously don't try to swim because the tide here is pretty strong. Let's just take a moment for the sunset and I'm just going to catch up with the chat. It reminds you of Faulty Tower. Is it Faulty Towers? Where they've got all those signs outside. Where is Southwold? Southwold is on the Suffolk coast of East Anglia. Selena, thank you so much for your £5 super chat, super sticker. I'll put that in the drawer. Hi Tim and Gabby. Gabby's in the chat from James Simcoe from Audley. Haven't looked through all the videos yet, but have you been to Brighton? Yes, I have. Go and check it out. I did a great tour of Brighton and Brighton Pier. Can you do that counting in the voice of the Count from Sesame Street? Are you talking about Dracula guy? Is the moon out? Paul? Yes, it is. Can you see it? It's just there. Obviously, at the moment, I don't know if anyone's interested in the old astronomy thing, but the Perseid meteor shower is on at the moment, which you can see up until the, is it the middle of August? Or the end of August? Apparently the best time to look at these shooting stars is before sunrise, and sunrise is what, 4:30 now? So you've got to get up incredibly early to look. But you might catch it after midnight. Rach, good evening. Was that Ratch? Rix is here. Hello. Never been to Southwold, but it looks stunning. Can you do Southport, New Brighton in Birkenhead? Great views of the Mersey and attractions, Liverpool and places in the world. Yeah, definitely. Can I get a bus here from Great Yarmouth? The answer to that is yes. You'll just obviously have to connect. There is not a direct bus. I thought maybe, just maybe, this might be open because it's July. But no, it's shut. It looks like a movie set though, doesn't it? So if you want to get your fresh fish from Southwold, this is where you come. And they do, obviously, oysters here. They do live lobsters and dressed crab. And the most amazing thing is you can actually choose which lobster you want. You can see here from all the people that have eaten oysters, they've actually just left them, which is quite nice because they've gone all like hard, a bit like chalk actually, but amazing. What's great about this, they also got a smokehouse here, but they do some wine and champagne, so it's a shame it's not open, because you can imagine sitting here this time of evening having champagne and lobster, the smell of fresh fish. It's not everyone's taste. I thought about doing a sunrise early morning walk, but I didn't think anyone would tune in. Lewis is here. I haven't seen you for ages, Lewis. I know. It's got nothing to do with COVID either. I just think that a lot of people probably, I don't know, would they come down here on an evening like this? I would. It's a lovely place. So we could go further down, of course, but I'd definitely lose signal there because it goes deeper into the river. And obviously you do get to the, I could go to the Harbour Inn, but I definitely will lose signal. Signal is holding up well. Obviously when we do a live stream, it only ever goes to 720p, but God, think about it 10, 15 years ago, 720p, be like, oh my God, this is amazing quality. But obviously now I do things in 4K. When I do stuff in 720 or even 1080p, it doesn't look as good, does it? No one will be up at 4:30. Although I tell you what I am going to do, because I've had a request for this. I did it back in Easter. We did a moonlight walk on the beach. It's got the kids in there. Great. Good shot of Southwold Lighthouse from here. Look. We will capture the sunset live. Lewis, thanks for the update. Yeah, it depends when you're watching on your TV. Sometimes the signal cannot overly be that great. But remember, when I do an edited video, they are always in 4K. And if you've got a smart TV that can do 4K. My TV doesn't do 4K. It's really rubbish. So I do stuff in 4K and then I can't watch it in 4K. So we said goodbye to Walberswick. Not really walking on a path here. Bridlington, good idea, Sue. Gaming and travel, I'm going to Hastings on Wednesday. So hopefully, fingers crossed, and again, it all depends. I haven't been to Hastings, so I can't check the signal until I'm actually there. So we will persevere. Mind you, as always, I've been pleasantly surprised some places, like Scarborough. I was pleasantly surprised with the signal, how good it was when it went round to North Bay. I mean, I thought that would lose the signal, but it didn't. It was quite good. Absolutely right, Rachel. Who does need abroad? The only difference is, if you could get this every day, you wouldn't want to go abroad, would you? Definitely not. And if you could get the warm temperatures, but let's face it, us Brits moan about the weather. When we get it hot, we moan about it. When we get it cold, we moan about it. When we get the rain, we moan about it. When we get the sun, we moan about it. I'll try not to fall down the bank. I'm trying to blooming update the chat as well at the same time whilst walking on here. It's just a little bit cleaner than walking on there because my shoes are getting filthy. 313 thumbs up for Southwold at sunset at the moment. Got some nice views in that caravan park actually for the sunset. Hello. Lewis, best to ask Crispy that question. T Dent, what's Tim's Facebook page? The links are in the description, but if you go onto Facebook and just search Walk With Me Tim, the same logo that you see here on YouTube, that's the right page. In fact, I don't think there's another Walk With Me Tim page anyway. I think we could just quickly walk through here to get out over the other entrance, walking through the caravan site. Yeah, it might be a little bit breezy. Nigel, 70 degrees is a good temperature for me. The hottest temperature I've ever done was in Vegas, and it was 48 degrees. And I like heat, but experiencing that was intense. It really was. David, this is the only caravan park in Southwold. I forgot the name of it. We'll come to the name of it in a moment. But like I say, they do get a great view of the sunset. But is it? I'd say from the front it actually is kept well. But now that I'm on the site, I can't say the same. Random light there. Marilyn, thank you so much for your £4.99 super chat, Marilyn. Good afternoon from Argentina, Marcelio. Bad Lobster, yeah, I know, we talked about that. Yeah, this is the only holiday park in Southwold. Do you get the same kind of audience for each destination you go? That's a very good question. The answer to that question is no. It all depends on where I am and what people like. What's really weird is that I get these spikes, and sometimes I'll put a video up and it'll get a decent amount of views, and then all of a sudden over like 5 days it will get like 10,000 views. It's kind of weird. It's the way YouTube works. This is Southwold camping and caravan, so it looks like an apple. There you go, there's a number if you want to book a caravan in Southwold. Free advertising. Find a pub. I'm trying to go to a pub. I think they are privately owned, to be honest. It's got the kids in there. Seafood on the coast tastes so much better than seafood in landlocked Oxfordshire. I'm sure it does. Every time we talk about fish and chips, you can smell it. I can. Yvonne, hello. When's the new baby due? Gabby, congratulations. Thanks, Yvonne. Yeah, Gabby, my wife is pregnant. We've been trying for a baby for a long time, actually, but I would say thanks to nature it happened, but it was forced with IVF. Second time, actually. Are you doing the railway in Hastings that goes up the cliffs? There are 2 of them, one in town, one outskirts. Great views. I'm going to try and get around to that, but I don't know whether that will be in the live, but it will definitely be in the video. Obviously there'll be a video from Margate as I do the south coast. These houses are just so cute. Little house on the prairie. Every time I say it, I'd love to live in there. Although the bedroom upstairs looks very small indeed. Let's get to 400 thumbs up. It helps me out immensely. If you can please give the video a thumbs up. 320 at the moment. We're watching the sunset here in Southwold in Suffolk. It's always sunny in Norfolk. Well, East Anglia is the driest part of the country. If you think most of the weather systems come in from the west. So by the time they get to the east, it all kind of fizzles out. Don't quote me on that, but most of the time that happens. I find anyway. Except when you get the wind from the north. Lived in London for 50 years. I bet it's hot in London tonight. That looks like it's going to be a very clean sunset. Look, there's hardly any clouds. Because I hate that. It happened in, where was it? Blackpool. Or was it Chrome? It was Chrome actually. It was doing a sunset live. And it was looking good. But from this angle you can't see if there's cloud just where the sun is. And I remember it just got ruined and I was like, no. David, good question. Where would I live when I retire? David, the question really has to be how much money I have in the bank when I retire and where can I actually afford? Because I don't know. I think I would actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd probably go abroad. Not only for the fact because of the weather. Because if the weather was like this in England all the time, then I would definitely stay here. But as you know, when the weather's rubbish in England, it's rubbish. And it can stay like it for weeks. I mean, how many times over the past month has it been cloudy and dull? And I tell you what, if it hadn't been for the trip that I had to Greece, I would have been absolutely gutted. But yeah, if I had to choose somewhere in the UK, I would definitely choose, obviously, South Coast, actually. Because obviously living on the North Norfolk coast is lovely, but I kind of live here now, so if you're talking about somewhere to retire, it would have to be somewhere different, wouldn't it? Yeah, Ian, Gabby obviously can't come with me on the lives, not at the moment anyway, unless we do a very mini walk, because she can't walk too far, bless her. But she was in the chat. Louis' Weird World, what's up? Gabby, I did understand correctly, a baby. I'll tell you what I do. What is the time? Sunset was going to be at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, so I know the pub's open till 11. That's a much better view. If you're on the west coast at the moment, maybe in Blackpool, I've got some FOMO of the sunsets in Blackpool because they are beautiful. And Lytham St Anne's as well. Feel free to send me some if you live there. I know there's a... We love the Fylde Coast. Are you here tonight? The thing is, going and ordering a drink to try it, I kind of have to go in unless they do table service. I don't know, but maybe I'll go and get one from here, and we'll quickly just sit and have a quick chat just on those tables there. That looks perfect, actually. I might just have to mute the music. Is that the best Adnams?
Yeah. Depends on the personality.
Do you prefer a bitter or do you prefer a lager?
I do prefer bitter, yeah.
Yeah, so the Adnams choice is going to be Ghost Ship.
I'll go for Ghost Ship then.
You want a takeaway?
I'll sit outside. Can I have a half pint glass
Yeah,
to sit outside? Is that all right? That's not the white. It's not white, is it? No.
No.
What one's that?
Just
Is that
a bit head.
what's the white one? Is there an Adnams white beer? Pale ale?
We're not an
We're not,
Adnams.
yeah.
So we're the only free house left in Southwold, and we have a lot of local stuff as well.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Very awesome.
Of course.
That looks pretty good. You got the card?
There you go, if you'd like to be.
Thank you.
Would you like a card receipt?
Sorry?
Would you like a card receipt?
No, that's fine, thanks. Thank you. Alright, so I think this is one of the nice Adnams to drink. You watch, now that I'm doing this, I'll get demonetised. But we'll just sit out here and check out the sunset. Now, obviously, I've got a problem with the live chat, so I'll do my best. This is going to go down any minute, so let me like that. Does that work? Ish. Yeah. So I'll probably get demonetised for this now, but this is my first time trying Adnams Ghost Ship. I'm not a lager drinker, but I do like bitter. The thing is, I don't drink much bitter because it puts a bit of a gut on me. So I'm going to try it for the first time. Here we go. Now I have to say, I'm not coughing because it's like I can't handle that, but I wasn't expecting that taste. I can't explain it. It's almost like it's got like a fruity taste to it. It's very strange, but very nice at the same time. But I'm only having a half, obviously, because I'm driving. It is ice cold.
I don't think it shows us though.
Ciders, there are, yeah. Bottoms up. That doesn't look good. I'll move that out of the way. Oh, here we go. Come on, Gimbal. Work. To the sunset. That's such a interesting drink. I can't explain the taste. It's quite, you know when you get a beer or a lager and you get a little bit of lime with it, that's what it tastes like. Jem, you just said, does it taste like grapefruit? It's weird that you said that, because there is that kind of fruitiness to it, like a grapefruit. Down it, Tim says, just Mike. Why have you got mayo? Gabby, I know. This was just on the table. It doesn't look good, does it? I'm just going to move it out the way.
Won't we go further
Now I've got a problem with the chat, so I do apologise, because if I do miss some of the chat, ever since it went weird, I kind of have missed the chat, and I have to keep refreshing it. So everyone that's given me a super chat tonight, of course you will go in the draw to win a Walk Me mug. We haven't finished the stream yet because the sun has not set. Hopefully wherever you are, you can enjoy. I need to put that further back. Thank you. You can enjoy a beer, stroke, drink, a little bit of a break. It is an acquired taste. Even the lager is distinctive flavour. That's probably why it makes it so different. Adnams. I've never tasted beer lager. I know it sounds weird because I've lived on the East Coast all this time, but I've never actually had an Adnams. I have to keep pressing this to see the live chat. It's an ale. Thank you very much, Serena. Place your glass up to the sun. Hasn't got a little Adnams logo, but you can see the brewed in Southwold thing at the bottom, and this is supposed to obviously depict Southwold and the cottages and the brewery. That's the brewery, but they've got no light. Have they got a lighthouse? Yeah, it's faded, but that's supposed to be the lighthouse. I just feel like I've got to down this now to hurry up. Broadside apparently is very strong. Interesting. The question is, obviously, when I'm in Hastings, I don't normally have a drink live on YouTube because obviously it can be a little bit boring for you watching. But this is actually really nice because it is really ice cold and it's quite a warm evening with the sunset. Every time I do that, you can just look at that. You can just see the sun. Can I hold it in my hand? There you go. He's laughing at me now. I will move on, but I can't down this. It's too much. Thanks, Lewis. £2.20 it cost. Janice, Itchy Bum is back. Oh, God. Gemma, we're in Suffolk at the moment. I'm at home drinking Stella in an Adnams glass. The closest thing you could probably come to it. Ghost Ship is a ghostly pale ale. Wow, someone's been Googling. It takes its inspiration from a 1600-year-old haunted pub, The Bell, brewed from a selection of malts, pale ale, Ray Crystal and citrus. That's why I can taste the citrus in it, I think. I'm gonna have to leave this here. I don't think I can drink too much, but I wanted to get you one so we can all have it. So cheers if you're drinking a cup of tea or maybe enjoying the sunset here this evening. If it's ale, it's hard to actually down. I'm not really much of a beer drinker, but yeah, if you've never been to Southwold, it's definitely worth checking out. Over my shoulder there is I forgot what that's called. It's some kind of like water tower, but it's very scenic here in Southwold, and it's what's great about it is obviously you've got the coast and then you've got the countryside, and there's nothing else because obviously this is where the river comes in, and obviously it flows down or up into Suffolk. But like I say, if you walk over there and you've got a bike, you could obviously go into Walberswick and then actually go further down the coast, and it's actually really nice. Sorry if I'm missing some of the chat. That's a lot for a half. You think? This is a half. How can it be a lot for a half? It's a half. A half is a half. I'm trying to drink this as quickly as I can. It's making me gag. Gabby, if you're in the chat, I do apologise. This was all in the aim of the video. Paul is here. Cheers, Tim. Great live from Paul and Emma in Northampton. Foxy B is loving the sunset. Mark's out of 10 for it, Tim. Billy and Lies Adventures. Do you know what? I'm not a, like I say, a beer drinker, but out of 10 for the Adnams ghost ship, I'd give a good 8. I would give a good 8. I can't believe I just wiped my nose on my hand then. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. I have to keep doing this with the live because it's really annoying. They do an Adnams Lighthouse. Judy says down it. I'll probably be sick everywhere, but I'm going to have to. So we move on. If I miss any of you guys' chat, I do apologise. I have to keep them refreshing it. Suzanne says, not fresh mayo because it's got raw eggs in it, but most in jars is okay, like Hellman's. Drinking beer, we're talking about mayonnaise. The sunset is almost about to happen. We're going to carry on the walk. I'm just going to walk up into Southwold, and we'll see the lighthouse going around, because as the sun goes down and Southwold Lighthouse just shines across Southwold, it is really beautiful. And I've always said I've wanted to do like a night walk in Southwold when it's really foggy, because I think that would be totally amazing to see the lighthouse in the fog. There's not many lighthouses in the UK now that you can actually go in. You used to be able to go in Southwold Lighthouse, but you can't. I did abseil down it once. I'm going to have to down this and then I'm going to go. But I'm not going to put the camera on me whilst I down it because it'd be totally embarrassing. Yeah, Mas. Right.
Oh wow, look at the sunset.
That's lovely. Wow. See, everyone's commenting about the sunset. Beautiful. Can't beat an iron brew, says Andrew. I tell you what, it's feeling really cold now. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Just making sure I haven't left my card in there. Please tell me I didn't put my card details on the screen like I stupidly did on another live video. I was paying for something and then someone sent me a message saying, did you realise that your card was in shop the whole time? And I was like, oh no. So I had to kind of cancel my card and get a new one, which was a right pain in the bum. So in about 10 minutes, I'll do a draw for the super chats tonight. Tim, you should have your own TV series. That would be good. Do you know what's really interesting is the fact that I used to be a kids TV presenter many years ago. Look at the sunset. Look. Oh no, there is a cloud. And I did do on a cable TV channel a show called Postcards from the Coast, which is pretty much what I do now. See, it was ahead of the time. Ghost Ship has a sweet caramel biscuit taste. You think? Somebody said about grapefruit. That's what I would say. Had like a grapefruit kind of taste to it. That's my own interpretation. Everybody's got their own interpretation of drinking beer because everyone's palates are different. What do you mean, David? Gibraltar, that was me. Oh, your card details weren't on the screen this time, thankfully. Oh yes, it was when I was in Gibraltar and I was on the pier at sunset and I decided to have a drink, didn't I? And yes, I accidentally did show my card. I've changed that card now. And it's not because I was drunk. Andrew, thanks. That means a lot. Thanks for sticking with me anyway. Again, this live has gone over the time that I thought I was going to be on it. I said together it'll only be an hour and a half. But when the sun going down like that, it's just still watchable. Yeah, there is a bit of cloud. Gutted. You just see it just poking out of the trees just there. So quickly just walking up into Southwold Common and just around up towards the Lighthouse before I pick a winner from tonight. As always, appreciate everybody that tunes into the videos, the lives, obviously the recorded ones. What also helps me out is whenever you watch a video, just please make sure you put a comment underneath the video. When you're doing a live chat, it's great, we can talk to each other, but also once the video is finished, if you put a little bit comment, just whatever, say hello or great video, that also helps me out, along with giving the video a thumbs up. Slightly out of breath, I don't know if it's that beer. Cheers, Scully. Ancient man, you should give it a try. John, you're eagle-eyed. I did edit that out. There's a car right heading towards me. I need to get on the path. Somebody said the other day, why do you walk on the side of the path? And the answer to that question is sometimes I'm trying to get the best shot I can. So if I was to walk right left onto the path, like this, it's not much of a view, is it? I promised you the sunset, and there it is, just a tiny corner of red at the bottom because of the cloud. It's amazing how quickly the sun actually does go down. But as always, the best time of sunset is about half an hour after it's gone down, because you get those beautiful colours. A very traditional British village. I've only had half. Well, Foxy, you are here right now. We're all live together. Tim, it was me who asked you this morning, lol. What did you ask me? Hello from Canada. Love Southwold, where my brother lives. Thanks, Mackie. That means a lot. We're just walking up to Southwold Common. You can just see that's the Red Lion up there. It's ironic that I went into that pub wanting to try an Adnams, but there wasn't an official Adnams brewer. Not that it makes any difference, I guess. Oh, you want to see the little picture house? That is up here, actually. I'll show you that. Foxy B, what's the signal like? They are, Michael. I tell you what, if you live by the coast and you get an amazing sunset on the west coast, if you get up early enough here in the UK, you get some really nice ones as well. Especially in the winter, they do look amazing. There's a lot of cars here. See that people just coming out for a nice evening walk. Yeah, obviously if you're on the west coast, it's still much lighter than it is here on the east coast. That is Southwold Common. I see these everywhere. These blooming... they are weeds though, but they thistles or something, aren't they? Hey Tim, my girlfriend and I really enjoying the walks, giving us ideas for holidays next year. Gibson, glad to be of help. Obviously, I do a lot of videos on the coast, so make sure you check them out. There's also playlists on the channel, so if you go to the main page on the channel and you go to the top where it says home, videos, community, there's something called playlists, and if you click that, I've listed all of the videos from certain locations in certain areas like the Essex coast, South Coast, and stuff like that abroad. So feel free to check them out, and obviously videos from East Anglia, Norfolk and Suffolk as well. I don't know why I'm out of breath. Cheers, Lewis. Blimey, certainly got my steps in today. It's so peaceful. With the sunset. You can't get lost in Southwold because there's these handy signs to the town. I'll tell you what, that beer is repeating on me now, and I can definitely taste grapefruit. I can't remember who it was who said that, but definitely grapefruit. Oh my god. It's been blooming hot, says Adrian. Adrian, the temperature here right now is a very cool 18 degrees in Southwold. It is very nice. But obviously if you're inside a house, still going to probably be a little bit warm, but at least you've got a breeze coming in where you can open a window. Somebody wanted to see the picture house, which is just up here. It's an Art Deco building. See, look at this, how old-fashioned this turnstile is. I don't understand the point of it. Is it to stop cars or motorbikes? I don't know. Or horses? The sun has gone down, Gemma. Yes, it has. It's set at 9 o'clock. And actually, it's set earlier than 9 o'clock because that's set about 5 minutes ago. Oh, it's Jem who said that. Just Mike, thank you very much. So if you are brand new here, I do videos on the Great British Seaside. There will be a live coming up on Wednesday from Hastings, as we agreed tonight. Make sure you do subscribe. A lot of people watch the videos and may not even realise they're not subscribed because it comes up automatically in their feed once they've watched some of my videos. So yeah, make sure you hit subscribe, click the notification bell, and that way you can always be notified. Because if you don't, I had someone message me the other day and said, are you not uploading videos because I don't see you up in my recommended anymore? And I said, well, yeah, of course I am. And they realised they hadn't subscribed. So obviously it just helps if you hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. Just like giving a thumbs up doesn't cost you anything either. Scott, yes, we are quintessentially British countryside right now by the sea. There's this little cinema up here that is so unique, and a lot of photographers come from all over the country to take pictures of it. I've got to try and remember where it is because I always get lost. I thought it was up there. I think it's up here. Especially, it's never going to be lit up though, which is a shame. But it's a cinema. Jason, good idea. See you, Andrew. Crispy, what time live on Wednesday? I'm not sure yet, but I think probably the same time, 7 o'clock. Big Toe Dan. No, I don't live here. Here's that little cinema. When this is lit up at night, amazing. It's called the Electric Picture Palace. And considering it's just around the backs here in Southwold, you can't believe it. Gabby loves this place. You can actually go and see films in here, and I think after COVID, it is now properly open. But when it's lit up at night, it looks so pretty. I believe it was done by a local architect. There you go. Whoever it was who wanted to quickly have a look. Another 2-hour live stream. I know. I wasn't supposed to do a 2-hour live stream. It's only supposed to be an hour and a half. It was opened by Michael Palin, apparently. Mind you, don't get indigestion. I already have. June says it looks lovely and cool there. I'm a little bit warm walking, but yeah, it is really nice and cool. It's a lovely temperature right now. 24 degrees in Stephen says 24 degrees. Look at that. There's a fat face. When I was younger, that was like a cool clothes shop, like what Hollister is now. To wear. Not anymore. We'll take a look at Southwold Lighthouse because it should be lit up now. But thank you for joining me on this live through Southwold tonight at sunset. Indeed, Anne. Thank you very much. Send that temperature to us, says June. It's currently 26 degrees in Northampton. Blimey. How long did it take to get from Great Yarmouth to get to Southwold? It takes about an hour for me to get to Southwold. It's further than you think, actually. See, look, all these phone boxes now, a lot of them have been turned into defibrillator places to store them, which is quite good. Can we get to 400 thumbs up by the end of the video? That would be great. If you haven't hit it already and it's greyed out, if it's blue, you've hit it. If it's grey, you haven't. John, the holiday makers all by the pubs. We've been past a lot of them and they've all been sitting by the pubs. We're going through the quiet part of Southwold right now. And bearing in mind, actually, it's 9 o'clock in the evening. Us Brits were all inside watching Love Island. Nigel, yeah. It is lovely. I tell you what, have you seen the pictures of it at night as well? Too hot to sleep again, I know. Sue says it's 25 in Derbyshire. Thank you, Foxy B. Does Gabby want ice cream tonight? I don't know. Oh, she's got ice cream at home, I believe. In fact, is Gabby still in the chat? I thought grey is subscribed. Yeah, it is. I was talking about the thumbs up. If it's red, you haven't hit subscribe. If it's grey, you have. The thumbs up, if it's blue, you've given it a thumbs up. If it's grey, you haven't. You can just... And I tell you what, if this was smell-o-vision, that is the hops and the smoke coming from Adnams Brewery, just all here. And you can smell it. In fact, look, this is where they have the whiskey put into those barrels. It's where they have the Copper House gin, the triple malt whiskey. But yeah, a lot of people never see these barrels, do they? Yeah, there's not... You would have thought all these cottages have been booked out, but there's a lot of them just not, I don't think. $384 thumbs up. Can we get to 400 before the end of the video? 384. Come on, we can do it. It might get a little bit windy up here. Thanks, Lewis. If I have missed the chat recently, it's gone a little bit squiff again. One day I'd like to travel and visit these quirky little cinemas around the UK. Would be nice. There's a lady up there, if you can see that. Apparently, I don't know whether this was true, but it was like every time there was some fresh ale made or something that was supposed to ring. Don't know whether that is true. If you know, let me know in the comments. Could be false. David, it's quiet where I've been. It is very busy in certain parts of Southwold. But thank you for joining us. Right, so look at that. I could have gone and had a drink now. Right, so from all the people that gave a super chat tonight, I'm going to scroll across the screen. And I'm going to pick someone at random. As always, I appreciate all the super chats, no matter how much you give. It is a great way to support the channel. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just scrolling. And I'm going to stop now. Jay's channel. Jay's channel, are you still in the chat? If you're not and you're seeing this video, you've been picked at random to get a Walk With Me mug. So thank you very much for your super chat, Jay's channel. Please send me a DM on Facebook with your address, and I will send you out a mug. Obviously at the end of each month as well, me and Gabby do a live from home where we have a bit of fun and a bit of chat, and obviously I give away a lot more mugs, but after trying to keep a lid on it because it cost me a fortune. But yeah, thank you so much for that, Jay's channel. Are you in the chat? I'm trying to keep updating the chat. Send me a PM on Facebook, just search for Walk With Me Tim. Melissa says it's 30 degrees and it's nearly 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Oh, Melissa, I didn't realise you're on the East Coast. Blimey, that's hot. The temperature went down a little bit, but it's rising back up again. It's now showing me that it's 20 degrees. It's very busy in there tonight. Oh, I can smell the food coming out. Even though I had my food tonight, still smells amazing. One of my favourite pubs in Southwold, the Sorbet Inn. I think it's still an inn/hotel, but we'll end with a look of the beautiful Southwold Lighthouse, and obviously it going around. Obviously close up you can't see it as bright as you can when you're quite far away, which is quite amazing. And it's also been changed to LED now, which is also amazing. But yeah, thanks for joining me. There will be another live this week. Don't worry if you're a bit fed up of the lives. I'll ease off them after this week. But I'll be in Hastings on Wednesday evening. Hopefully you can join me for that. And yeah, feel free to check out my other videos if you haven't seen them already. My Crete adventure. Also, my hired boat is on there. My recent videos, do check them out. Check out the playlists. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on Wednesday, fingers crossed, of the signal from Hastings. Have a good night, everyone. See you later.